Legendary Indian Cueist Pankaj Advani grabbed his 24th world title when he triumphed at the IBSF 6 Red Snooker World Cup with a victory over Pakistan's Babar Masih in the final on September 2021. He had also won the Asian Snooker Championships as well a few days before his 24th world title. Speaking exclusively, Pankaj Advani talked about his 24th world title victory and his emotions after the win. He will represent India in the World Snooker Championship, likely to be held in Doha in November or December.
Thank you so much for your wishes. It feels absolutely great to win two major championships for India. At the start of the tournament, before going to Doha, I thought if I come back with one title, I would be extremely happy. But to come back and remain unbeaten over two championships, the Asian Snooker and the IBSF World Cup, is an amazing feeling. And um, look, I mean, due to the pandemic, we never knew when we were going to play next. So every day I would wake up when I was in Doha, I would just thank God and say, look, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be playing all over again and traveling overseas and representing India. I love my game, I love my country, and nothing gives me more joy than winning for India. So these victories are very, very special because I've just got married recently and I feel my wife Sanya is my lucky charm. At the same time, my hunger and my passion has only increased for the game. Sitting out for so long made me really keen to get back onto the table as soon as possible. Although there was very little time to prepare due to the pandemic, but I just thought I'd make the most of my time, especially when the tournaments were announced. And here we are. Hopefully things coming back to normal slowly but surely, and with another chance to go out there and win for India. So I've just qualified for the IBSF World Snooker Championships to be held again in Doha later. And today is a very special day for me because October 25th, 2003 was when I won my first world title, IBSF World Snooker, defeating another Pakistani player, Mohammad Saleh, in the finals. So this day really evokes a lot of nostalgic memories. And I also remember that it was Diwali on that day, so the firecrackers were being, burst for two reasons. One was for Diwali and the other was for my victory. And I'm happy to be spending it with the media and fans and people who follow the sport. So thank you for all the support and for all the good wishes, and I will try my best in continuing to do well for India and try keeping India on top in the world of Q sports. I think these back-to-back victories have rekindle that spark in me to play and give it my best and improve my level constantly. It wasn't easy because our routines were disrupted, and for all athletes across different disciplines of sport, people lost motivation, people went into depression, anxiety. Many of us didn't know when our next tournament would happen, but as soon as things started easing out a bit, I would go and make sure that I got my fair share of practice, even though I didn't know when the next tournaments would be. And when these tournaments were announced, I had exactly 1 month to prepare. Probably the most underprepared I've ever been for a championship, but sometimes that works because when the expectations are less, you're out there with a more free state of mind and a little less burden on your head. And I use that to my advantage. Of course, I relied on my experience, I relied on my temperament, my defensive play, and just played according to the situation. I didn't play my best game, I was rusty, but I guess we're all humans, we all make mistakes, and at the same time, because of the long gap and the pandemic, nobody was at their level best. So uh, the level will continuously improve as tournaments keep happening more regularly, and as we start resuming our lives, daily lives, and get back to our routine like it was before COVID. So these victories are very, very special for me because it's come at a time when there's so much of bad news and things are not going well for us. And now when things are improving, I just feel like winning for the country is something that we could all celebrate. And I've certainly celebrated with my family. Consistency doesn't happen overnight, it's a state of mind, and there's a lot of discussion on mental health these days. I would just like to say that however sane you are, however good your fundas are in life, and you think that okay, I'm completely fine, I'm normal, I don't really need help, I just feel that everybody needs professional advice. whether they're in the field of sport or entertainment, fine arts, politics, whatever it is, because all these professions really tax you mentally and emotionally. You need to be available with your thoughts with a lot of clarity. And for me, I'm lucky that I've had someone in house. My brother Shri is a sports psychologist, so he's helped me get through a lot of ups and downs mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even in the game, on how to build strategies, on how to approach games. Sometimes we just put too much pressure on ourselves, and in fact, that's the worst kind of pressure, the pressure that we tend to place on our own shoulders more than the fans' expectations and the people who are watching you. So, yeah, to deal with all these issues, it's good to have a psychologist or somebody who's a professional who can give you advice from time to time. And there's no harm in asking for it. You know, we shouldn't feel shy. Just because we're taking help from somebody doesn't mean that there's something wrong with us. And if there's something wrong, then we should find the best possible way to fix it. The next tournament is the IBSF World Snooker Championships, the same championship which I won in 2003, October 25th. Looking forward to playing that once again as India's #1 player. And we have the national championships as well, which is coming up pretty soon in Madhya Pradesh. So it looks like the calendar and the usual ranking events are back. And I'm just super excited. The more I get to play, the more at peace I am, the more fun I have in my profession. And yeah, hopefully 2022 will be another busy year for all of us, and we'll get to witness a lot more in the world of sport.